What is going on, everybody? So today we are going to talk about joining the 75th Ranger Regiment for those of you out there who did not get the chance to enlist with an option 40 contract. So if you didn't know, in order to be in the 75th Ranger Regiment, when you initially enlist with your first enlistment, you are going to have to go for the option 40 contract. Now, some of the problems that some of y'all might run into is either you don't meet the requirements at the time of enlisting, or there's just not any option 40 contracts available for you. I believe I had to do a little bit of research on this video, and every month there are 150 infantry option 40 contracts and about 10 option 40 contracts for other MOSs that aren't specifically infantry. So if you want to go infantry, then your chances of getting in the 75th on your initial enlistment is going to be a little bit better. But this video is for those of you out there who didn't actually get that opportunity. So let's say you enlisted or even commissioned as an officer and you still want to be in the 75th Ranger Regiment, but you didn't get that option 40 contract. Or for officers, no officers end up going as a Ranger or Special Forces, if you guys are curious. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. It's a little bit different for officers, but for enlisted soldiers, if you didn't get the option 40 contract, what are your options? Well, it's actually pretty simple, but there are going to be some specific requirements that you're going to have to meet. And I will leave all the links in the description down below. If you are curious and you want to join the 75th Ranger Regiment, if you want to go ahead and email them and submit your packet and stuff that I'm going to talk about, check the link in the description because that's where you're going to find everything. So in order to transfer into the 75th Ranger Regiment, you really don't need that much as a lower enlisted soldier. You essentially have to fill out two different forms of pre-screening for RASP and then also a DA form 4187, I believe, which is essentially a form requesting a transfer into the 75th Ranger Regiment upon completion of RASP, the Ranger Assessment and Selection Program. In that 4187 form, your chain of command is actually going to have to give you approval to do this. So if your chain of command does not want you to end up leaving the unit for whatever the reason, maybe they really need your MOS and they don't want anybody to leave right now, then you're going to be kind of out of luck for a little while. But if they are in favor of you switching to be in the 75th Ranger Regiment and they're okay with signing off on that, then really all you need to do is get the approval of your chain of command, fill out that form, do the pre-screening, contact the email in the description that's going to be in the 75th Ranger Regiment's website, send over your packet because you're a lower enlisted soldier, and then wait, I think it said 6 to 8 weeks for your orders or your rejection letter or whatever they're gonna send you. So if you're lower enlisted, that's some good news for you because you can essentially do this whenever. After you get done with basic and AIT, you can essentially submit that request to transfer into the 75th Ranger Regiment, and it can obviously get approved or denied, but the possibility for you to do that is still there. It's probably a little bit unlikely for you to get approved like right after AIT. Your chain of command might not approve that because they'll be like, hey, we just got you here. So just keep that in mind. But you know, a year or two down the line, if you're still interested in doing it, then you can definitely do that. And if you have a good packet, if you don't have any Article 15s or any UCMJ actions pending or anything like that that have happened anytime recently, then you're going to be good to go. You got a good PT score. Odds are, I'm thinking, in my opinion, if all that is good, you got a high PT score, a high GT score, your chain of command's good, you possibly throw in like letters of recommendation and stuff in there, then you're probably gonna have a good chance of getting picked, especially if that MOS is in need. Now, if the MOS is not in need at the time, then there's not much you can do about that. You can just apply again later. But like I said before, for officers, it's a little bit different. And for warrant officers, it's kind of the same as officers. And again, link in the description if you guys want to actually check this out. If you are about to commission as an officer, it's gonna be a whole different process. So in addition to the documents that you had to get together that I talked about for the lower enlisted, there's gonna be additional documents, additional things that you're gonna have to fill out. And there's also different windows in which you can transfer to the 75th Ranger Regiment as an officer. So the first thing for a commissioned officer is you can't switch to the 75th Ranger Regiment as a second lieutenant, which means you have to wait at least 18 months at the time that you get promoted to first lieutenant and those orders go through. Then you can submit your packet and request to transfer into the 75th Ranger Regiment. If you are, I believe there's 3 different MOSs. I know one for sure is infantry officers. If you're an infantry officer, you have to have gone to Ranger School first. There's I think it's 13 series. I'm not exactly sure, but link in the description for the 75th Ranger Regiment's website where you can find this answer. But if you are not those 3 MOSs, then you don't have to have been to Ranger School before applying to the 75th Ranger Regiment as an officer. So once you get all that stuff done, I'm not going to go over everything because in this video will be even longer. Link in the description down below. Warrant officer is similar. It is going to be a longer application process that you're going to have to get. You're going to have to get those letters of recommendations as warrant officers and officers. So it's a little bit more upfront on your part as a warrant or a commissioned officer, but it is still possible. So I want to say, if you have any very specific questions, if you're actually in the process of wanting to do this, if you're already in the Army and you want to be in the 75th Ranger Regiment, I obviously definitely recommend the links in the description are going to take you to the 75th website. One of the links is going to take you to the page that is going to show you it's going to basically link you to the documents that you need, and you can go ahead and print those off and fill those out yourself, give them to your chain of command, and then it'll also have the emails in which you need to contact. So everything you need to join the 75th Ranger Regiment after enlistment is in the description of this video. So for those of you out there who really want to do this, definitely check that out. But this video kind of just served for the purposes of getting those links out there to help you guys out a little bit. So it is possible to join the 75th after enlistment. Some people may or may not know that. You may think, oh gosh, I didn't get my option 40 contract, I'm never going to be a Ranger. That's not true. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to check out some more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. That would be even better. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you haven't already. Hope you guys have an amazing freaking day. Good luck with submitting your packets to the 75th Ranger Regiment. And I will see y'all later.